Welcome to A Mason's Work, the podcast where we review Masonic symbols and illustrate how they can be used to solve problems in everyday life. With your host, Brian Mattox, a proud member of the Craftsman Online Media Network.
The Worshipful Master at a systemic level is a space creator. They are creating space where work can emerge in alignment with all of the pieces that kind of need to be working together to make things harmonious and functional and, good. The systemic understanding here on a personal level is that the weakest link in the chain is something you have to mitigate, right? And that any one sort of piece of your overall life that is out of balance, you work on the most out of balance piece, and the other stuff will come into alignment. Systemically, if you look at organizations or if you look at your lodge in the same way, start removing the biggest obstacles to active, meaningful participation from a systemic level. And you'll see that all of a sudden participation just emerges. You don't have to do a ton actually actively to encourage this. You just have to remove the barriers to entry when it comes to driving this participation. This systemic understanding allows us to look past ourselves and look through the entirety of the life we're in or the lodge we're in, and build this kind of roadmap against where we want things to go, how you want your life to be, how you want to the extent that legacy is of a concern, if that makes any sense. If you were to describe your life in this narrative, what would you like the moral of the story to be? Again, none of that really is kind of exactly what it's for. So I don't want you to think that that in any way we're talking about the value of a life well lived is the outcomes it creates. That's not really the story. It's much more, the life that you live in alignment with the principles of how you think life should be, should create and drive the quality of that experience for you as an individual. And when you approach that at an organizational level, it's similar, right? You're going to want to make sure that the organization itself is the experience of being in the organization, whatever that organization is, lodge, work, corporate, whatever. The experience of that creates a kind of a way that people will experience being in that, like the culture, right? What does it feel like to be a part of this team or that group? What does it feel like when we're all aligned on the same mission? That sensation is something that you want to create at this systemic level as a worshipful master. If you leave that to chance, if you don't go through the other behavioral and the sort of relational level for these things, you won't be able to get there from here. You want to be able to take all of that feedback from those other two levels and integrate them in a way that allows you to intentionally create these spaces where the best outcomes can emerge, where the best experiences can emerge, where you're not, again, worried about kind of what it looks like when it's all said and done, but what does it look like to be here right now? And if you architect this, if you're intentional about it, you end up creating an environment where people are able to bring their best self to the table, including you, and create better outcomes and just good vibes for everybody. And I recognize that good vibes isn't necessarily the thing that a lot of folks are looking for, but I'll tell you, it helps a lot. So we'll catch you tomorrow.
The views represented in this podcast are those of the speaker alone and are not representative of any grand or subordinate lodge.
Hi, Brian here. I wanted to thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you have any suggestions or guidance for further episodes you'd like to see or hear, whatever the case may be, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at amasonswork.com and we will try and incorporate your suggestions into a future recording. Thanks.
Freemasonry teaches us that the true work is within, a lifelong journey of reflection, discipline, and discovery. At A Mason's Work, we help Masons bring out their best selves through meaningful self-inquiry and symbolic practice. From personal reflection to lodge engagement, we offer tools that turn symbols into action. Visit us at amasonswork.com. The work is within. The time is now.